priesthood is now and for ages a mystery. The world can never fathom why a man discerns to become a priest. A Catholic priest is a man called by God to serve Christ and the Church through the reception of the sacrament of holy orders. As the Catechism of the Catholic Church states, the priest serves the faithful by building up and guiding the Church in the name of Christ, who is the head of the body. However, a young man who is on the path of discerning priesthood will receive various orders before becoming an actual priest. In this video, we will mainly talk about the various orders before priesthood. They can be broadly divided as minor and major orders. The minor orders are not mere formalities in preparation for presbyterial ordination. They provide a specific service in the Church. Let us see what these orders are in the Syro-Malabar Church. Karoya. It is the first grade of priesthood and one of the two minor orders in the Syro-Malabar Church. The Syriac word karoya means reader and comes from the root word meaning to call, invoke, to proclaim, to read. A ceremonial initiation to read the sacred scripture was a Jewish custom. Readings from the sacred scriptures in the liturgical celebration is an ancient practice even from the beginning of the Church. In early times, reading from the manuscripts was not easy. Only eligible persons were elected for this purpose. Even boys having necessary knowledge were admitted to this order. In the 4th century, the order of the reader was the initial order to which children who wanted to enter the ranks of the clergy were admitted. Tertullian refers to the reader Karoya about 200 AD. His service is with his voice, and therefore he comes down to read the law, wearing an urara stole upon his hand. He must learn the prayer of the liturgy of the hours and thereby to nourish his spiritual life. Karoya is to be the proclaimer of the holy words of the Old Testament, and he has to expound to the people the holy words and right precepts seen in the Old Testament. Subdeacon. This is second of the two minor orders in the Syro-Malabar Church. Since it comes just below the order of the diaconate, it is also known as the Subdeacon. He is given the things needed for the Kurbana, such as cruets, candles, incense, flowers, etc. in a plate. Moreover, Book of Psalms is given to show the participation in the prayer. Serving at the altar, incensing, lighting the lamps and candles, opening and closing of the doors of the church, keeping the surroundings of the church clean, etc. are the main duties of the Subdeacon. Besides the sunara, he vests urara surrounding his neck. The rite of the cutting of hair is optional as in the order of Karoya. The place of the subdeacon is in the middle church of the heavenly hierarchy, and he enters as far as the middle of the sanctuary, namely up to the sanctuary lamp. He stands between the great door of the sanctuary and altar. He stands on the second step. He cannot, according to the canons of his order, come so far as the seat of the higher church where deacons are. At the time of expulsion of the catechumens, the subdeacon shuts the doors of the church. Now let us dive into the major orders. Diaconate, priesthood, and episcopate are the major orders. Mishamshana. The Syriac term mishamshana means to serve. The Greek word for it is diakonos, which means servant. As recorded in Acts 6, It is generally assumed that the office of deacon originated in the selection of 7 men by the apostles. The main duty of the deacon in the apostolic period was to serve at the table. Acts chapter 6, verses 1 through 6. The early church fathers pointed out that fidelity to Christ, moral integrity, and obedience to bishops as the spiritual qualities required for the deacons. The ordination of deacon is structured exactly like that of the priest. Timothy II states that the candidate for diaconate kneels on one leg and keeps his index finger pointing upwards to signify that he receives only 1 talent, kakra, and that his ministry is not perfect like that of priests and bishops. He wears the stole urara around the neck during the announcements to signify that he has received in full the ministry of service. The deacon is the 7th rank in the priesthood and resembles the rank of angels known as the principalities. They are compared to the angels and are called the servants of bishops and high priests. The deacon is described as the bishop's ear, mouth, heart, and soul. He is at the bishop's disposal in order that he may serve the whole people of God and take care of the sick and the poor. Deacon's role in the preparation of gifts is in terms of the preparation of eschatological banquet of the king. He prepares bread and wine, assists the priest or the bishop, and performs the readings, proclamations, exhortations, etc. Through exhortations and announcements at the beginning of the important prayers and rites, the deacon helps the liturgical assembly to take part actively in the Eucharistic celebration. Throughout the celebration of the Holy Mysteries, a deacon has an angelic symbolism. Deacon stands in the highest church of the angels and is able to minister to the Lord close at hand continually, since he symbolizes an angel who is above the limitations of body and death. The deacon does not kneel during the celebration. Therefore, he stands throughout the mysteries